Welcome people that are outside the wall, that are coming in. I want to thank you for being here. My name is Felicia, and on my lives, I like to talk about self-love. There's so many people who are lost when it comes to understanding what that means. So I've dedicated my time and my energy to try to explain to you people on the internet, you men and women, what self-love means and how you can find that path to self-love, right? So this is content that I actually love making. This is literally my life. It gets me excited. I love talking about spirituality and all the things about, you know, energies and frequencies and chakras and vibrations, because I know that essentially that's who we are. And I say we because we're all a part of a huge energetic field of vibration frequencies. So if you want to get to know who you are so that you can learn to love who you are, so that you can attract other people in your life who will love you as well and that you can love, then you want to be on the right frequency. You want to be on that frequency that will, like a magnet, like attracts like. And if you're not loving yourself, chances are you're attracting other mates and partners, or maybe even have people like your husband or wife already in your life, and your relationships are not working out and you don't know why. Well, I'm going to help you uncover all of that. But this is me guiding you, holding your hand, but you have to do the work. This is really not, to me, not very difficult when you start to shift your perspective and you start to see reality for what it truly is. This is not very hard. What is hard is staying stuck in the lower vibrational energies like fear, shame, guilt, anger, anxiety, depression, hatred. All that stuff is very toxic, and it weighs you down, and it what is the word? It strips you of your happiness, of your life force. So that is not a great place to be. And if I were you, if you're one of those people who are living in low vibrational frequencies and you are stuck in that type of mindset, then it would behoove you to do whatever is possible to get yourself out of that rut. Because if you're only living from your 1, 2, and 3rd chakras, and you're living in a 3D mindset, which is the programming that has been given to you, which we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about thoughts. If you're living in that type of mindset, then you're not going to find consistent, long-lasting happiness and peace. Peace, freedom, and happiness is what most people seek, right? And then we can add on the money and the relationships and all the other stuff. But most of us, we want to be free and we want to be happy, and healthy, right? So, I want to thank you for joining. I'm gonna read the comments when I'm done with this lesson. I'm trying to keep this about 20 minutes. And so if you want to make a comment, if you have a question for me, I'll be more than happy to answer. I do not accept guests for my lessons. And if you watch some of my previous lives, you'll know that. Also, my lives are recorded and uploaded to my YouTube, which you can find in my link. I believe we've got the last 3 videos, the last 3 lives that I've done. I should be uploading another one tonight or tomorrow. Well, it'll probably be tomorrow because in 20 minutes, it'll be midnight here in the East. So I'll upload the 4th one, and then this will be the 5th video, which will go out this week as well. So let's talk about thoughts. And before I go there, let me grab this book that I want to read something that I wrote when I think I was like, I don't know, maybe early 20s. But I think this will, I should read this before we get into this conversation. I should read this before we get into this conversation. And this is something I wrote. I mean, I'm telling you, I think it was either my early 20s or before that. So I was already, this has been my whole life, I'm telling you. This is not something I just started talking about a year or 2 ago. Okay, so this is called Who Am I? This is something I wrote. Okay, who am I? Thoughts. where do they come from? Maybe they come from other places of existence to exist within me. What are these thoughts? What are these thoughts hitting and striking one another in blind confusion? Go, go, go away, you tell them. Return some other day. And some other day is always today. So I must give in to these thoughts, to these forever existing thoughts dealing with and always dealing with and about me, so that I may come to know who, so let me go back. Go, go, go away. By writing, it sucks, even for me to read it. So go, go away, you tell them. Come back some other day. And some other day is always today. So I must give in to these thoughts dealing with and about me, so that I might come to know and not fight who I am. Yeah, so it's who I am. Basically, thoughts have, they've always been there ever since I could be subjective or be objective. Probably after the age of 7, right? Because before that, we're pretty much sponges. We're soaking in the environment, the people around us, along with society, programming our thoughts. So, thoughts are pretty much important. One of the most important things. You know why? Let's get into it. I'll tell you why. Again, leave comments and we'll talk about those before I shut off the live. So there are 2 types of thoughts we have. And again, I apologize for the not being able to read this, but I cannot find my mirror effect on this TikTok live. But we have unconscious thoughts, which is here, and we have conscious thoughts. So we're going to talk about the unconscious thoughts, which I've put that under the physical world. So let's see here if I can turn this a bit. The unconscious thoughts, we'll go right here. It's under the physical 3D world reality. So our unconscious thoughts, when we are unconsciously living our lives, we have thoughts in our heads and we identify with those thoughts. So those thoughts are the programming by which we have been indoctrinated, if you will, in the society. The programming that tells us we are how we look. If we're overweight, then we have less value. If we are a person of color, then we hold less value in our society. I'm not saying these things are accurate, but this is the programming. These are the messages that is sent to you as a person in this society, because we're all getting the same programming, whether it be through school, churches, parents, peers, what have you. It's pretty much is being repeated. It's the software. So if you can think about it this way, you are the actual computer. Your 3D world reality is like the actual computer. The programming is the software that you came with, right? So the software has a way that it's run, and so it goes into the computer and you spit out the programming that from the software, right? So that's the 3D world reality that you essentially, you yourself physically are the computer, and then there's a programming, the software that has been given to you by society and extenuating circumstances. And if you didn't watch my first video, I explained, the circle of the sphere of influence around you and how you're influenced by that and you influence others as well. So you spit out the programming on an unconscious level because you've accepted it, it's been indoctrinated, you've never questioned it, and you believe that is who you are. And a lot of people, maybe some people don't believe it, but they know that in order to get along with other people in society and be connected, it behooves them to adopt that programming because they don't really know any other way, but that it seems to be working for others, right? But if you look out in society, you'll see that this type of programming telling you who you are, how you need to live, who you need to love, how you need to act, how you need to talk as a person, whether you be a woman or a man or even a trans person. You got, and I think that's why our society right now is so up in uproar when it comes to trans, because they have no narrative, they have no language for how trans needs to be, right? Because everything needs to be in a perfect little box for women and men. And then these people that are when you're born into the society, then you need to come out and you need to adopt these characteristics, these assumptions, and you need to go out into your life and you need to carry them out. You need to, as a woman, you need to, grow up, finish school. Then you need to look for the man, right? You need to look for the man so that you can have the babies, you can have the family. And then the man, when he grows up, he goes off to get an education and he needs to make the money so he can get the girl, and then that he can go on and have multiple side affairs while having a family. Because men are not essentially, their character, their identity is not dependent upon having a woman or family, whereas women's self-worth is dependent on having a man. But that's another topic, okay? However, when you start to identify with this programming, that is what you attach yourself to. All these, this trauma that you play out in this lifetime that doesn't serve your highest good, right? That is the unconscious thinking. And those thoughts, they happen every second, every minute of every day, week, month, year. And if you go on and you continue to have them and you don't question them and you don't upgrade and erase the previous software that no longer serves you, and you continue to go in that direction, or you continue to use that outdated software that has been built by someone else for a specific type of reason, then you will find yourself in low vibrational energy, not happy, hating your life, wishing you were not here, right? However, these people, which I would account for quite a bit of people, are going to be the ones that you would call asleep. They're sleepwalking through life because they're unconscious. They're unconscious of the programming, and they have attached themselves and their belief system to this way of living and thinking. And so their thoughts forms how they feel, and how they feel forms what they do, right? However, if you recognize that reality is all a mental exercise. Reality happens up here. It doesn't happen out there. So when you are believing this programming, you are attaching your reality to outside of you. And that is what your reality becomes. But reality it is up here. Your thoughts form your reality, not the other way around. So let's take a look here at the spiritual world of thoughts. So there's, we have the physical world of thoughts, which was the conscious world of thoughts, the programming that we just automatically accept as people inducted into, human being life. And then we're going to have the spiritual world reality, which is the conscious world of thoughts. So when you become conscious, you are essentially replacing the programming that was modeled to you, that was given to you from every area: psychological, mental, spiritual, even physical areas of your life. I mean, literally, when you're born as a person, as a child, and you grow up, between the ages of when you're infant, even in the womb, actually, of your mother, but up until the age of 7, everything, whoever you become can be traced back to those primitive years, because you are a sponge. You're in like a hypnotic state of like a brain type of wave, if you will, where you're soaking in everything around you, your environment, your the temperaments, if you will, the people around you, and you take all this in, and it lives within your subconscious memory. And then as an adult, you go out and you operate from. We almost all of us, I would say almost all of us, operate from 90% of our subconscious memory, subconscious mind. And a lot of the ways that we don't understand that was presented to us, if you will, from very, very early on in our development. So, and then when it comes to wanting to change that we don't really know how, right? So a lot of these lessons are to teach you, to tell you, and to show you that you have the power within yourself to get rid of that outdated programming, that programming that doesn't serve you. It serves someone else. It serves maybe higher ups, people that want this society to be organized and understood and want to be able to control it. And so by you adopting someone else's belief system, someone else's stereotypes, assumptions about who you are supposed to be, which is what I was doing in my early 20s before I went on this path to self-discovery, that is not gonna, you're not gonna be happy there. You're not, this, because these are lies. They're not truths about you. You have to discover who you are. And the only way to do that is to stop looking outside of there and accepting other people's programming and to look within yourself. Because you'll get the answers there. And I promise you, you're going to like those answers a whole lot better. And they're going to be more, they're going to resonate more with your heart and your mind. So also, you have to understand when people that have left the programming behind and they're no longer asleep and they are awakening to what reality is. Again, reality is not the physical 3D world. It's not just the things that you can see, taste, touch, smell, and hear. Reality is it's like a multidimensional system of energetic fields, right? And when you understand this, remember we talked about the chakras previous life, and we talked about the crown chakra and how when that's open, you will be able to see beyond the physical. Well, when your third chakra is open, or chakra, however you want to say it, is open, and you will become conscious, and then you'll be able to see that life is not just this physical. I mean, the physical is the computer itself, right? The programming is the software in the computer, but reality it transcends this physical. Reality is energy. Everything is energy, right? So in order to experience this physical world reality, we have to have like a hard, like a motherboard, if you will. And like I call that, the computer is your 3D. I mean, you're not your computer, you're not your body, right? You're not your body, but your conscious mind is what is experiencing this reality. And that conscious mind can exist on multidimensional levels, right? But if you're asleep, this sounds like hogwash or whatever. This sounds crazy to you because you have no concept of what it means to exist in multidimensional realities, which is why I'm so excited and happy that we're talking about UFOs and we're talking about aliens, because we are not our bodies. And until people start to realize that and accept that, then we're going to continue to fight one another based upon race and gender and all kinds of BS that doesn't even make sense. That is just, it's an illusion, right? I'll tell you this, excuse me, the world now, the awakened world, the awakened self, if you will, the physical awakened self, this is more like an illusion than it really is reality. And when you sleep at night, that is really more like the real world, because your spirit is what's real, not your physical body. And the spirit can travel through different dimensions. It's like fucking crazy when you actually can tap into this unknown world or reality or conscious world where you don't have to take your body with you, but because it's your mind. Reality lives up here. Reality lives up here. So when you are out there in the world and you're trying to find the right guy or the right girl, keep in mind that people can look good on the outside. They can have the right amount of money. They can have the right amount of resources, whatever. But what you want to do is you want to connect on a soul level. You want to connect on a spiritual level with people, because reality lives up here and you have no idea what that person is holding up here. And that's why people end up in abusive relationships, because they are judging people and they're getting in these relationships based upon the physical 3D world reality mindset, where most people are asleep, and they will use you, abuse you, they will cut you, they will do whatever they need to do to get what works for them, to get their fix. And maybe you just happen to be that person at the time. So a lot of times when love doesn't work out, when somebody hurts you, when somebody that you trusted abandons you, neglects you, abuses you, this is really has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you, because whatever reality they're holding up within their head, it's all about them. That is what they are bringing to them. Now, it is up to you to get the hell out of the way, not to become someone's victim, if you will. But, and you do that through opening yourself up, your chakras, and you do that through meditation, through going within, because you have to change yourself first in order for things around you to change, because you are what you're seeing and what you're experiencing is coming from within here. So you want a different experience, then change what's up in here. Change your thoughts, change your mindset, change your heart, my friend. Let your heart and mind work together in unison. Also, you vibrate at a higher frequency when you're conscious, when you're aware, if you will, which I have that on the board as well, awareness. This brings you to an awareness. You're no longer asleep. You're like, oh man, shit. Wow. I see the connection. I see that we live in a society that is low vibrational energy, it's toxic, it's unhealed, and it has to keep everybody low vibration in order for society to continue the status quo, which, we know that 5% maybe of the top people that have the top money, we're only talking about money. We're not talking about these people who are spiritually advanced. We're just saying top money, and they make the rules. They're the movers and the shakers, if you will. So if for some reason they want everybody to be on the same playing field, they want everybody playing the same game, kind of like they do in China, they want everybody to be the same way so that they can rule and control, right? Well, we've not gotten there in this society, and I hope we don't ever get there, because I believe in spiritual autonomy, if you will. We all have the right to discover who we are and to be authentically who we are. But if you're living in a society that doesn't allow that, then you are going to suffer, because you're going to have to shut down parts of yourself in order to blend in with everybody else. And again, those are all lies. That is just feeding into the 3D world reality mindset. So that's when you're unconscious. And I think most of people who are trying to run and control society would rather you be asleep and unconscious than for you to know your power and for you to be conscious. Your power is in your thoughts and in your heart. You have to get rid of the programming, because it doesn't serve you. You have to learn to unlearn what you've been taught. Most of what you have been taught and I've been taught is a lie. You have to do the work of getting quiet, centering your mind, blocking out the monkey mind. It takes work at first, but then it becomes very natural, without a lot of hard work. You can even do it while you're walking. Just go walk for an hour or for 30 minutes and maybe listen to some music, or maybe not listen to some music and just try to clear your thoughts. Clear those thoughts, because those thoughts are what's bringing you down and what's making you feel bad and do the bad things that you do. The thoughts are not serving you, because they're thoughts that are seeped in your 3D world reality that is low vibrational, fear-based thoughts. And when you wake up, you will start to have thoughts that are not attached to fear. But you have to give up that attachment to the programming that was given to you when you were young. Also, when you are conscious and you're aware, you know shit, and you know the secrets. I'm not going to tell you what the secrets are, because if you're not there, you won't get this. But if you know, you know. You know, you know. So, knowledge, wisdom, knowingness, you know things that you would never be able to know in the 3D world reality, or that particular vibration, that frequency. That frequency cannot reach these other dimensions. But when you're able to ascend spiritually, when you're able to, again, my little ring light, when it gets really hot, goes out. When you're able, give me a minute here. I'm going to plug it in. Yeah, it got really hot. And I don't know if it's going to work here, but we'll try it. It's like burning up. Let's see if it comes back on. Okay, just a little bit. I might have a little bit more time. But it'll probably go out because it's really hot. I know it just really burns really easily. It gets really hot. But when you know things, that means you've probably your spirit is vibing through different dimensions, if you will, different spiritual layers. And that's where people talk about getting downloads and stuff like that. This stuff is really, really real. This is more real than the physical world, my friends. But again, it's about self-love. I tell you, God lives within you. God lives within all of us. We're part of the whole universe. We're part of our whole source. And I think some people, the people that are out here hurting other people, are lost. They are empty within, and they have denied the God source, if you will, the God energy within themselves. And so everything that comes out of themselves is just darkness and blackness and chaotic shit, destruction. And they feel like that themselves. I can guarantee you that. These are not happy people. So love is essentially what's real, right? Its source, its energy, its high vibration, its electrical, magnetic, freaking frequency that you and I could only want to experience just a little piece of. When you have that within yourself, it ignites everything that is good within you, about you, and it transforms your life, in fact. So yes, I don't know when I started this, but this is about your thinking. So it would behoove you to watch the thoughts that go through your mind, that you hold on to, let go of those stories that make you feel bad, that make you think you're less than and you're not worthy and that nobody loves you. Those stories are just someone's opinion, maybe even your opinion. But you have to let that go because your very nature is love. And if you're not vibing with that frequency of love, then you're on the wrong frequency. You're on the wrong station. Turn the freaking station. Vibe with love, acceptance, understanding, and then you will find peace that passes all fucking shit that goes on in your life. Because that is the real stuff. All this other stuff is just like an imitation. It's trying to be the real thing and it can't be. So, which is why the 3D world people, mindset people, really can't stand anything good, anything of God, anything of love, because it shines a light on their darkness. So yeah, if you want to be loved, you can love yourself. And then through loving yourself and looking within, you will find, oh my God, there's just so many people, maybe not in the physical world, but so much out in the universe that loves you back. The universe loves you back and it's got your back. So I'm going to look at the comments and see what I can answer before I go. Thank you. You can do that as well. Anybody, y'all, is this resonating with anyone? Is anyone getting this? That you're not your thoughts, but your thoughts make up your reality. Your thoughts bring to you the reality of what you're already holding in here. Does anyone get that? I mean, this is as physical the physical world, again, is only real because we live in the 3D world reality where touch, taste, right? Touch, taste. I got a new message. Let's see here. Feel. You can give me gifts if you want. I don't really, I mean, I'm not going to say no. You can give me gifts. I'm really new to doing lives. And so, anything that you want to give, I would love to have comments over gifts because I like to have some interaction with you that are coming in here. Or if you have a question, I would love to engage with you. I'm not looking, I think gifts you can cash out for money. I'm not really looking for money right now. I'm just wanting to spread the message of love and light because I think we need it in this world. There are too many people who are hurting, and they need to be listened to. They need to be heard, and they have a voice. We all have a voice, But I want to share this message. I'm a messenger, and let you know just because you've experienced trauma in the past doesn't mean that that has to be your life. And that doesn't mean that you're not worthy, you're not capable, and you're not loved. And remember, we talked about it in one of the other videos, which you can find on my YouTube. I think it was the second live I did. We talked about the second and third chakra, where you hold shame. I think shame in your solar plexus. A lot of times when people do bad things to you, or when you experience some kind of trauma, sometimes we attach ourselves to that type of energy, and we hold on that in our conscious, unconscious memory, and then it lives within the body, right? And it blocks our chakras, it blocks our energy. So the one thing that I do want to share with you all, it won't be in the next video. I think I'm going to do a reading from a book that one of my favorite books, but we'll get into trauma. We're going to talk about trauma and what that looks like, and how you can go in and you can heal these wounds, these traumatic events that have happened to you, and some that are still continuing to happen to you. Because again, everything is energy. If everything is energy, and then what is happening to you is really not happening to you, it's happening for you. Again, it's a mindset shift. Things happen. We attach good and bad to those things. But you have to remember, we're not in control of what other people do. However, we're having this life experience for a good reason, for mastery, if you will. So trauma, we can learn to see it from a different light, and I'm going to share with you my thoughts on that. And we're going to talk about some very particular things that you can do in the 3D physical world reality to actually go in and to cut out the toxin out of the trauma, and to clean it out, and to put, take antibiotics, or this is a physical type of understanding of it, but to, clean it out, patch it up, and give it time to heal. That's what you do when you're dealing with a physical trauma, right? You go in there, if it's a bullet, you take out the bullet. If it's a knife, you clean out the stab wound, and then you sew it up, or you staple it up or whatever. You bandage it up, and then you rest, and you give it time to heal. But you do the things that needs to be done, not to reopen the wound, but that will heal the wound, and then you move on with your life. So emotional trauma is much like that, and we have to go through those phases to heal. And because if we don't heal, we'll stay stuck in a low vibration 3D world reality. But there's so much work to do. But I tell you, it's so worth it, my friends. So worth it to go within yourself, go within your heart, silence your mind, even if it's 5 minutes a day. And then, maybe the next week it becomes 7 minutes a day. And then maybe the week after that it becomes twice a day. When you get quiet, do it early in the morning when you wake up, or do it at sunrise, or do it at sunset. Those are pivotal times, sunrise and sunset. There's a reason for that, and I'm sure I'll get into it when we talk about the trauma series that I want to invite you to watch. It probably will not be on live, but it's going to be offline. So I'll be sharing that information with you soon, about how to go in and to clean out the trauma, whether it be, you were abandoned, you have trust issues, you were neglected, maybe you were abused physically, by a family member, because we know that incest is huge. It's like freaking epidemic. Nobody talks about it, but that's a trauma that is just, it really can debilitate a person. So, So anyways, there's so much to do. I hope that you will follow me because there's so much information I'm going to put out. And I'm just really, my goal is to help guide you if you are wanting to learn how to love yourself and how that looks and where you must look to be able to stand up and meet that challenge. So I don't see any questions. I'm going to go ahead and finish the live. And again, I'll post the one that I did, I think it was this Wednesday on my YouTube. Otherwise, if you've not seen any of my videos, then you can watch the first 3 lives on my YouTube and get caught up. I want to thank you for stopping in, everybody. Candace, Decan, Killer, Lalia, NYC Bronx, Emmanuel Bryson, Bam, yeah, all of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No questions, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I got everything there. If you want to take a screenshot, the unconscious thoughts, conscious thoughts. When you're unconscious, you think, feel, and do without question. And when you are conscious of the programming that you have been, operating with your whole life, and you've updated your software, if you will, or gotten rid of that. The only way to update it is to go within, by the way, meditation. And meditation will lead you to the next step. All right? So if you're wondering why I'm not telling you what to do after that, meditation literally guides you. There are guides on the spiritual realm that will guide you to do the next right thing for you, right? It may be different for everyone, but you will get your answers. So you will know, my friend, you will know freaking things that you can never know in the 3D. So with all that being said, I am Felicia. I am going to skip out of here, and I will see you all on the next live. I hope you have a great Sunday night. This is now it's after midnight, so it's August 14th, Monday morning. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you, my friends. And let me just say one more thing. I do tarot readings, but I never reach out to anyone. Never ask for anyone to pay me for a tarot reading. So I know there are a lot of scammers online. There are a lot of hurting people, and they just do a lot of crazy shit. But I would never reach out to you for a reading. And if I ever did do a reading for you, it would be video style, and we'll be talking back and forth. So unless that person can do that, then it's not me. So don't fall for any tricks. But I'm going to be giving a lot of value here in the future, and I will be doing some tarot readings. So I just wanted to let you know about that as well, so that you're not taken advantage of. All right, again, have a wonderful morning, a great Monday, and I will talk to you all on the next live, okay? Thank you.